Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So what I'd like for you to do is to pause the video so that you can see which deck is resonating with you. And we'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. Alright, so we have the Ace of Cups. The Seven of Swords. I'm sorry, Eight of Swords. And we have the Eight of Wands. Four of Wands. High Priestess. Overall energy. You have Strength. Art. And the Three of Swords. Okay, so I feel like the overall energy may be indicating that you have overcome a lot of things in your life, a lot of difficult challenges, certain things that have caused you pain in your life, whether emotional or physical. I also feel that you have somehow transmuted this energy, or you've learned how to work through your pain. I feel like this is the same energy as you still being able to stand after having gone through so many trials in your life. It's like you're still standing and you're a stronger person because of the things that you've gone through. You have character, maybe you have battle scars that you can talk about, war wounds. So all of this I feel is going to come in handy one day. Whether it is for you to be able to help other people overcome their challenges. Maybe you're an actor and actress and there's an upcoming role that you really want and you've been through that character's life, so you know firsthand what it's like to be that character. And just because you've gone through that, the director is able to see that you have that same energy in you to play that part. So, I just kind of feel like in some way this is going to work out good for you. I feel like there's going to be new opportunities coming for you. It could be new opportunities in love, new opportunities in career. Now, if this is pertaining to a love situation, you, kind of seem to be resistant towards love opportunities. Maybe you don't want to hear about it. Maybe you don't want to think about it, but it's kind of like there. In fact, there could be something going on now where you have this opportunity to embark on a love situation and you're just kind of like, I don't want to, I want it to go away, and it's like you are really kind of torn because you are curious, but at the same time, maybe there's some reservations because you've been hurt in the past, or maybe you don't even trust the person that you're interested in, but at the same time you're attracted to them. So I don't know, you just kind of are aware too that transformation is about to take place, and you might even start seeing triple eights, because I feel like that's trying to prepare you for some sort of change or transformations that are coming to you. I do feel that maybe someone is considering communicating with you, but this person is showing a lot of self-restraint. or you are showing a lot of self-restraint towards someone who's interested in you. So the outcome of your situation is kind of hidden. Whatever it is that you're curious about, like you're trying to find out if you're going to have a new love, you're trying to find out if you're going to have a new job, or an opportunity for this or that. And it's kind of like the universe is not giving you, a full answer. It's like, hey, this opportunity is here. How it turns out, we're not going to answer that for you right now. You're just going to have to trust the process. So yeah, I kind of feel like you're going to be left in the dark to figure things out on your own. You've got to go and, navigate your own intuition for this. It's also, the outcome is also unknown because a situation is too early. It's too early to say. There's still a lot of things that are developing, a lot of things that could go wrong, a lot of things that could go right. So it's like, don't know yet. It's like, first off, you need to take action towards whatever it is that you've been thinking about. And then you've got to see what starts to unfold afterwards. Maybe you just started a new job and you're like, am I going to stay at this job? It's like, we don't know. Give it a chance, work there for a few weeks, a few months, and see. If this is a new relationship and you're like, is this the one, or is this going to be long term? It's kind of like, gotta wait and see, so I don't know. I just kind of feel like a situation is just like too early to tell. Also, if you do like horary charts and you're like asking like questions about the outcome of this or that, like, will this happen? Should I XYZ, just whatever the case. And you might be asking prematurely. Maybe some circumstances might change. You might not even want to know the answer to that anymore. It's just like, oh, well, I don't need to know that anymore. I was interested in this person and I asked would we be together, but I didn't know this new person was coming, and now I'm not interested in that person anymore. Like something's going to happen where your situation could change. So it really all depends. I feel like you also are needing to step outside your comfort zone. It's something that you're needing to do. Like, you need to challenge yourself. It's kind of like you're asking a question and the universe is like, I don't know. Are you up for the challenge? And if you are, then, you have to start going towards that, whatever this is. But yes, kind of like you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. It's time for you to, I don't know, go to the next phase or chapter. Like, you can't just be too comfortable in your situation. Or it's like you can rest for a minute, but, like, don't get comfortable. You know how somebody steps into some place and they're just like, oh, I could get used to this. And it's just like, yeah, well, don't, because it's got a lot of challenges coming up for you. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like you can relax for a minute, but then, you got to prepare to step away from that comfort zone. I feel like you're also just about to embark on something new regardless. You might find yourself feeling very creative, especially with art. I don't know if you're working on something that you're drawing, or maybe you're working with an artist to come up with some sort of image, storyboard, idea, movie. But that creative passion does seem to be here. Something also requires your bravery. Also, in a love situation, I do feel that someone has romantic feelings for you, but they're not ready to come forward or reveal themselves. They're waiting for when it feels right. They want something to be organic. Again, I'm just getting that there's some sort of new opportunity coming your way. If you get invited to something and you don't really want to go, I kind of feel like you're needing to go. You're needing to push yourself. I don't know, maybe you're an introvert, or maybe you're like, I'm not interested in that. Like, I don't know, maybe something is kind of urging you to network. Kind of seems too like you've been playing around with some sort of idea in your head, but you're insecure or having doubts about it, or maybe you think it's a bad idea or something like that, and you might end up just kind of throwing something out there just to test the waters. You're like, let me see what type of response I get from this idea that I have. So I feel like you're gonna like share some kind of idea that you've been playing around with. Maybe it's a business idea, a business name. Maybe it has something to do with relationships. You also might decide, depending on what you do, maybe you're an influencer, maybe you're going to put up a poll for people so that you can get some sort of opinions. Yeah. I am feeling that you're going to be social, though. You might find yourself more social than normal, or getting comfortable with new people much quicker than you normally do. I'm getting the energy of someone who is struggling to form their thoughts into words, especially if this is someone who is wanting to approach you about something. I feel like somebody needs to have courage. Seems like you came into some sort of sudden realization about something, and now you're trying to suppress these thoughts. If it's revealed that you have some telepathy with somebody, I feel like you're going to try and block it out, especially if you feel like somebody is playing mind games, or the universe is playing tricks, almost kind of similar to like seeing synchronicities to the point where you're like, okay, no, I'm just being spied on, or my phone is tapped. Like, this isn't a synchronicity. Like, something's going on where you want to shut it off. Something is just too powerful to shut off, though. Especially the telepathy. It seems like there's a strong telepathic bond that you have with somebody, and you're in denial of it. And it also makes you feel some type of way whenever it gets confirmed that you have telepathy with this person. You might think you're crazy or paranoid. Something might make you hypersensitive this week. I'm also getting the energy of someone who might be interested in fashion. I don't know, I'm just seeing something about needles and sewing. Something also has you baffled. I feel like you're trying to figure out how is something possible. I don't know. I feel like you're trying to make sense out of something that you're experiencing. It could be seeing it, or something that you're hearing, something that you feel. It's something dealing with your five senses. And you're just trying, but you're baffled by it. You're like, how is this possible? I'm getting weird energies surrounding love. I don't know. I feel like people are withholding, and people are acting opposite of what they feel. There's definitely someone trying to block off a connection which you have that you have with them, or vice versa. And somebody might be saying something like, what type of witchcraft is this? Or someone thinks they're bewitched. Something. Something's going on in your neighborhood. Something that they're building. Something about a living situation is also starting to come through. You might have some sort of bright idea about a living situation. You're like, I know. Maybe you found out some kind of information that could help you buy a home, or buy some land, or just something. You're just like, I know. there could also be something going on where you're considering moving or relocating. Also, because of everything that's been coming out in the news about like tunnels and things like that, I meant to post something about that too on my Instagram, but it's something in regards to tunnels that you're curious about. I don't know if you've always been suspicious of a tunnel being under somebody's house or a church or even like your own home. I used to, like, for instance, be my other house. I kept having these weird dreams that people would be moving through my walls. Like things were being transported through my walls unbeknownst to me. And I don't know. I still kind of wondered if something was going on like that. If not my walls, was there something underneath my home where people were transporting and moving things? But yeah, I've had that suspicion before. Every now and then I have it here. Especially when I start having like dreams about things and people moving through my walls. I don't know. Sounds crazy, I know, but yeah. Okay, I'm hearing something about building a monument. So I don't know if you are looking at some sort of monument and just like thinking about the history of it, or if there is something where like you're a construction worker, so you're working on something. Also something about the capstones or like the Egyptian pyramids are standing out. I don't know if that has been on your mind or if you're finding out like a lot of information about it. I feel like there's something about building something on a property. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you're wanting to get into real estate or buy a piece of real estate, or you have some ideas about your current living situation and how you can become like a landlord, or it's something that you're thinking about that can empower you, where you would have control. Now, going back to a love situation, depending on where you're at, if this is an established relationship but you guys don't live together, there could be talks about moving in together now. Maybe you guys are ready to take it to that next level. Yeah, I feel like there's talks about moving in together. If this is, a relationship that's just beginning, this is more so about someone starting to let their guards down with you or to get more comfortable with you, or they're getting closer to approaching you. I'm getting the energy of someone who's like extremely protective. In the spirit realm, I feel like somebody's father is looking over them and protecting them. Somebody has a quiet strength about them, especially if that's you. Like, people don't know how strong you are, or like I was talking about earlier, the things that you've gone through. Yeah, I feel like maybe you have like this quiet strength about you, but that doesn't mean that. And you also might be coming off as someone who can handle themselves. But it could be one of those situations where you're like, I'm tired of looking like I can handle myself. Like, you know, I'd like someone to help me or nurture or take care of me. Like there may be something going on with you where even though you come off as not needing help or assistance, you know, you do desire that deep down. You also might be trying to find out if someone is your soulmate. It's like you are, but maybe in denial. You guys are soulmates, but maybe you're in denial of it. Someone is really quietly observing you, but they're like dead silent. This person, you wouldn't know that this person keeps tabs on you. Also, something in regards to their, if you're active on social media, something about their handle, the picture there might either be black or represent like a ghost. Spiritually, you might have an ability to communicate with ghosts. You might be a medium, but maybe you're kind of afraid of that gift, or you don't want to really explore it because you feel like once you acknowledge that or embrace that gift, that the spirit realm is just going to come bombard you with their energy, which could happen, but you're just going to have to set up boundaries. Somebody doesn't trust you because you remind them of themselves, but they might not know it yet. Like, you're illuminating their secrets, their hidden personality, and that scares them. All right, let's see what messages there are for deck number 2. You have the Four of Swords, Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Overall energy, Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. So I kind of feel that you are focusing on a project. Could be a passion project, could be something for work, but I feel like you're really focused on it. I feel like you're also trying to establish some kind of stability or foundation in your life. It seems like you're laying down a foundation. Maybe you just purchased a home. Maybe you just entered a relationship and you want to make sure it's going to be a healthy relationship. But I feel like this is about establishing some sort of foundation in your life, a solid one. You want something that's going to last a long time. I feel like you're not going to rush into something because of that. You're like, I don't want to rush this process because I want this to last a long time. In a love situation, I feel that if you fell off with somebody or you guys had an argument, took a break, it seems like maybe you guys are trying to rebuild your relationship. You're having to kind of start over Maybe you guys are having to discuss the things that you need and want in a relationship, and you guys are having to negotiate and things of that matter. Seems like whatever you're working on in life, like patience is required, but you have maturity and understanding that this is what's needed. If you want something to last, if you want something to be solid, then you understand that something takes time to build. Kind of feels that maybe your health is also being restored, or something in regards to your religious or spiritual beliefs. Something about your spiritual beliefs, you're having to go to the foundation or go to your roots for clarity, or to try to put it all together. So let's say you were born and raised hardcore Christian, and somewhere down the line you went completely opposite of that, and now you're into witchcraft or whatever. And because of certain things that have been happening in your life, you're like, let me go back to the roots of my Christianity to see something. Not saying that you're returning to your old religion, although you could, but it's more so about like trying to go back to that foundation that you were raised on. And maybe because something hasn't been going right, or something just has you questioning things. Just in general, I feel like your overall energy is like, the theme is like back to basics. So it's like you're having to revisit the past. Now, going back to some sort of relationship, I feel like something's been a struggle. Like, it's been on, it's been off, it's been up, it's been down. You guys have done this before. And maybe you're just trying to figure out, like, where do we keep going wrong that it falls apart? Like, well, how can we fix this? And then, honestly, it does almost look like at the end of the day, you decide to just, like, let something go. Because you're just like, this cycle needs to be broken. Like, this has to stop. So maybe you're trying to sever ties. It also kind of looks like if you take too long to decide, then there's going to be an outside force that intervenes your situation and decides for you. It's going to take you away from a situation that you've been procrastinating on letting go of. This could also have something to do with your work or career. You might be working part-time somewhere. And maybe, you're just having a hard time making ends meet. Or maybe they just keep reducing your hours at your current job. And it just seems like something gets to a point where it's just like it keeps reducing. It's like, man, first I was getting this, now I get this, now this is all I'm left with, and you're just like kind of strapped. You're struggling. And so you decide to go ahead and maybe just stop working at that place because they keep cutting your hours. So I do feel like you're going to separate or sever ties with something that isn't working anymore. Yeah. I feel like there's some financial issues going on. And even if you do have money in your savings account, it's money that's not really supposed to be used yet. And it's like you're having to go into it. Just still seems like you're not really breaking even, or you're having a hard time sustaining your finances. Now this can be about health too. Something could be going on where you're trying to stabilize your health situation. Something seems to be working for a little bit and then it stops working. So now you've got to find another solution or keep digging to find out what the root cause is for your situation. Seems like you're doing a lot of prayers, a lot of praying and meditation rather. And the universe just keeps telling you to be patient, or you're listening to readers and it's just like, be patient. But really that is all you can do for the time being. Something isn't ready yet. If some of you are supposed to have some sort of workout routine, I feel like you're having a hard time sticking to it. Okay, so there's something going on in a relationship where maybe you've considered leaving somebody alone because they keep involving you in a love triangle, or maybe, they keep telling you they're going to get a divorce or move out with this other person and they haven't done that yet. And maybe at some point you're like, why do I keep allowing them to reel me back in and play around? And it's just like you realize it's because you're getting something that you want too, but maybe it starts to seem like it's just not worth it. So I feel like for those of you that have been dealing with somebody in a relationship, you're going to try and stay away from them because it's like you feel like it's time to stop this cycle. If they pull away from you, if you're the one still trying to hold on to them and then they start pulling away from you, that is them disciplining themselves, trying to protect their relationship and trying to save it. So they might cut things off with you because they're trying to save that long-term relationship. Now, something also might have you guys thinking about family. Something about family and your ancestors. That might be something that's on your mind as well. Some of you, maybe you're trying to heal, the things left behind by your generation, or previous generations. Maybe you're trying to heal yourself. Yeah, I feel like somebody's trying to heal their family. Again, I'm just getting the situation with a relationship where there's been cheating or deception. Whoever has had the long-term relationship, I feel like they want to fix that. Whoever has allowed themselves to get involved with someone in a relationship is considering letting it go. I do feel like somebody might try to bribe you or gift you to get you to stay. But it's just a temporary fix or a pacifier. Kind of the same thing with career too. I kind of feel like something is just like a temporary fix. So going back to, let's say, them cutting down on your hours, they just keep reducing your hours, and then one week they kind of, maybe they're worried that they're losing you. Maybe there's rumors or talks of you leaving. So maybe they give you a full week schedule the next week to encourage you. But you might already be feeling like it's too late. And it might be temporary. They might only be doing that to, you know, give you a sense of belonging there. And then they're going to start restricting your hours again. Another way I see this is financially still. No matter what you do for a living, whether you work for yourself or work at a company, I kind of feel that the universe is spoon feeding you or just trying to pacify you to get you to the next point, from, you know, point A to point B. It's kind of like, okay, we're not going to just like abruptly cut you from your job, but we're also not going to give you too much because it's time for change. If we give you too much, you're going to stay at that job. So, and you can't stay there anymore. So, but we don't want you to suffer too much. So we're going to do this, you know. So I kind of feel like the universe is just like pacifying you, trying to help you transition into a new career, job, or financial situation. You might feel like someone is never satisfied. Or maybe you start to feel that someone is never going to think that you're good enough. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, it does look like there's going to be a third energy that intervenes your situation, outside forces, whatever you want to call it. And it's removing you from a situation that you've outgrown. Again, I feel that your faith is being challenged. You might have some sort of breakthrough when it comes to your belief system. Some system doesn't work anymore. It's unstable, it's crashing. Yeah. You might need to get out of a situation while you can. Something does make me think of like maybe this is a disaster area. It could be somewhere in California where the plates are shifting too much. Houses are sliding or going in a different direction. If it's a disaster area, it's just like too much flooding. Like something is happening. I'm getting something about where somebody lives. It's like unstable. It also could just be that the economy is unstable where you live and you have to go someplace far away so that you can get financially stable. I feel like even if somebody made their living from exotic dancing, something is going on where it's not the same, and somebody's not making near as much as they used to. Either you cut ties with an earth sign or an air sign, or this is indicating that an ex is returning because they never had moved on from you in the first place, or had never let you go, even though they've been quiet. I feel like this person is going to show up and show out the minute you are trying to move forward with your life. You also might decline someone's offer or an apology. You might turn this person down or say no thank you. Yeah, but for the most part, I kind of feel like you guys are just like severing ties. Do I have time? I will be right back. All right, and now back with deck number 3. We have Strength, the Tower, the Devil, Eight of Swords, Justice, overall energy, the Emperor, Ace of Cups, and Six of Wands. Okay. So I feel like maybe there is something pretty major getting ready to happen, something that is maybe inevitable or destined. And I feel that there is something in regards to strategy, or someone is strategizing. All right, so from the perspective of someone coming forward or potential love interest, I feel like this is someone who is pretty confident in the fact that they're interested in you. And whoever this is, this person might get like a lot of attention, or maybe there's someone who is just like very popular. And I feel like when this person approaches you, they're going to actually like boost your ego. Not that, you know, you shouldn't be attracting someone like this, but it's still, I feel like it's something that catches you by surprise. This person also, you know, they're very dominating person. They have a very strong energy. They don't do things unless they want to. They don't listen unless they want to. Let's say you do know who this is and you try to flirt with them, or you try to, you know, seduce them or whatever. I feel like this person is just very disciplined and does not acknowledge things like that. I feel like this person is just going to do everything on their terms. They're just kind of like built like that. And it seems too like there is something happening where maybe this person actually does go against their golden rule. Something happens where I feel like this person's discipline is broken, which is not the norm. Boy. And it almost seems like it had to take like an army to break this person or make this person break their own rules. Now, this could be like a spiritual army that's kind of like, you have to do something, you know, like there's no way around this. And so I kind of feel like this person is being forced to do something because it is just part of their karma that can't be escaped. And maybe, you know, this person has some kind of obligation towards you. You know, I feel like this situation can be very intense or complicated. This person might be telling themselves that they're going to stay in control with you. And then something happens where they lose it all. And then they become very obsessed and maybe even controlling. Like something happens where this person just like really loses it. And then I feel like they're trying to just like, they go back to like trying to reel themselves in and like, okay, let me stay calm. Let me focus. Let me act right. So I don't know. It seems like it's something very intense happening. Now I also feel that there's, you know, multiple things indicating that this is some sort of soul agreement that you have. This is, you know, a relationship that can help you balance your karmas or learn some sort of lesson that you need to learn or understand. And this is the person to do that. I'm getting like a lot of things, so just kind of like bear with me. Now I also see that there's a situation where there could be something literal about jail, imprisonment, house arrest, something like that. Now, maybe not necessarily someone going to jail, or although it could be, but it could also indicate that maybe someone has been in jail. So another thing that could be going on is that you are trying to stay in control of a situation. It's kind of like you might end up putting yourself in a situation where you get triggered, like beyond control. You put yourself around your vices and you thought you could control being around all of your vices, but it's, you know, it's a strong possibility that you could succumb to your vices. And it could be something simple like, well, not simple, but like smoking. Maybe you're like, you know, I quit smoking. I haven't smoked anything in a month. And then you think you can hang around a bunch of smokers. The minute you go around the smokers, you're just like, oh my God, let me get a drag or whatever. And you're like smoking somebody else's cigarette and then buying your own pack. Or maybe you're supposed to be on a diet or trying to become a vegan, and I don't know, you're surrounded by too much temptation and you just kind of end up going for it. So I feel like it's something that's going on where you are trying to master something within yourself. But I just feel like with this tower here, it destructs, or some sort of self-destruction here. Something also looks like walking into like a booby trap. It's kind of like, oh, you walked right into that one. So it could be a setup that you walk into, or unless you are the strategist, you might have someone walk into their own booby trap. So I randomly heard Lance for somebody. I don't know, who that is, but I heard Lance. There could be something going on too with a basketball player. I don't know if you're dating a basketball player, or if you know of them, or if you're somehow being affected by their personal life. I kind of feel like there's also something going on where secrets are being exposed. Now, again, because of certain things that are going on, I don't know if something's going to come out about a dungeon being real, or someone like having some sort of dungeon. I feel that you're also just needing to be strong in general for whatever is getting ready to happen, whatever changes are coming your way. I feel like Spirit wants you to be strong. It just seems like something might happen that is not in the plan. Something throws you off your schedule or puts you on a new path. There also may be something significant about a Leo in your life. Leo, Capricorn, Aries, Libra. Those are the main energies. Especially Leo, because that is like coming out in everybody's reading. Another thing I'm seeing for a love situation is thick skin. Like I feel like you need to have really thick skin. I feel that someone is also getting the courage to say that they love you. Or if this is just like brand new, this person is getting the courage to approach you. Red flag. One reason why somebody might be trying to discipline themselves is because they're in a relationship. And so, they should not be looking at you in this way, or you're the one in a relationship and you are being inappropriate with somebody. So that's the only red flag about somebody being in a relationship being the reason for why they're being just like resistant and trying to stay away. But it just kind of looks like something happens where this person loses all control and indulges in their lower nature, lower desires. In fact, I kind of feel like maybe your root chakra has some sort of significance. I feel like maybe you're needing something that will give you security or ground you, some sort of material pleasure. And any physical material pleasure could be something sexual, could be financial, material things, but I feel like you're needing that for security. So kind of look at, also look at your earth houses. That could be indicating, houses that need attention. Medically, you might need to pay attention to your feet. I don't know if someone is a diabetic or if there's arthritis in a foot, or just something could be going on with the feet. I kind of feel like somebody is like, that doesn't work on me, and then it does. I don't know what it is. More so something like temptation. Maybe someone is saying that they can't be tempted by something, and then they end up getting tempted by it. Like I said, I kind of feel like somebody breaks their own cardinal rule or golden rule. And I was just about to say, so kind of like if it's something that is professional and somebody is like, no, I'm never supposed to date one of my students or one of my patients or one of my whoever. And I kind of feel like somebody breaks that rule. I'm seeing some sort of structure crumble, or some sort of set of laws or rules. Like something is having to crumble. Also something in regards to your beliefs or practices are crumbling. You might lose your faith in somebody. Maybe something happens in regards to politics where everything has shifted for you. Maybe you go from being very patriotic to, upset with your government about something. Also kind of seems like if someone's been intentionally like making something harder for you, like they can't get away with that. Like maybe you're trying to get some sort of documents taken care of or processed, and someone is trying to make it harder on you than they should, and I feel like that's going to be exposed because they can't do that. I feel like somebody is into role playing or into BDSM. Even if it's not the literal whips and chains, it might be something that is more so psychological. In fact, there could be some sort of psychological war going on now between you and another person, or this can be something that is happening globally. So it's also looking as if you're needing to set boundaries with someone who's going to constantly push your boundaries or push the envelope with you. And you're constantly having to restrict this person or stand your ground on something. It also looks like you're going towards what you desire, but it scares you. Like you want something so bad that it scares you. Obsession can also be like a drug addiction. So I'm getting something in regards to someone's emotional well-being. I don't know if someone is suffering from depression and just like stuck in this like dark place or feels restricted or trapped. If someone really does have like PTSD because they did fight, but I'm getting something in regards to someone's mental stability. I mean, it is possible that someone has an altar, a real altar. Yeah. You also might have a dream or a premonition about someone coming into your life before it happens. Also, whoever you deal with, I feel like is here to also bring out your shadow side. They're going to bring out a side of you that you keep hidden or suppressed, or that you don't like, whatever parts of yourself that you don't want to be. I feel like they're here to just like expose you to that or make you acknowledge that is still inside of you. I don't know. It's kind of like your little inner minion escapes. Somebody might literally feel like they're possessed. Now, and I feel like it's real, but not like, of course, the movie Possession, but like just a spirit attachment. Like something might be attached to somebody and kind of like pulling strings. Um, so maybe this is being brought to your awareness and you're just needing to cleanse or purify yourself, or detach from certain people that have this type of energy. So I feel like something is definitely needing your attention. Um, I feel like you're having to deal with your past, like it's showing up in front of you. It might be haunting you. I feel like you're having to deal with the past. Mm. Even if this is not like a romantic relationship, just the people that you're having relationships with are helping you deal with the past in some way. Or maybe somebody from your past shows back up. Mm. Also, if you keep putting something off or procrastinating, I feel like you need to get this done. It maybe has to do with any type of legalities or paperwork. Um, but it is something that you need to do. You need to take care of it. So something also could be like urgent, or maybe the universe is trying to warn you that the time is getting shorter and shorter. Like, do this now. Like, time is speeding up. Hurry. So I don't know what it is that you're needing to do or complete, but I feel like it has to do with agreements and documents. Mm. I don't know, too, if you're needing an attorney for something. Yeah. All right, so those are all the messages that I'm getting. Hopefully some things resonated. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.